Hey guys, what's up? It's Abby. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be answering questions pretty much about me being gay. That's it. I'm very excited. I love talking about sexuality. I think it's very important to talk about. It also ties in a lot with mental health and wellness, which is obviously what I love to talk about on this channel. So I'm all about it. If I can bring any sort of awareness to the topic and any sort of awareness about being part of the LGBTQ plus community, I am very happy to do so. I don't know why I feel the need to point this out in every video, but I am drinking tea. It's pumpkin spice and I'm very excited. I just feel like I'm getting in the fall spirit. I'm wearing a sweatshirt right now. Technically I didn't get out of my pajamas, but I'm wearing a sweatshirt. I'm in Florida and it's 100 degrees out right now currently, but you know, we can pretend. I'm gonna be answering questions that I've been asked like through my messages or like comments, but also questions that I've been asked in real life. We have no time to waste here. My first question is, what's your sexual orientation? I'm bisexual. I mainly like girls though. I also don't mind being called gay. I call myself gay, obviously. I personally do not care. I'm really not the biggest fan of labels. I used to be. When I first came out, I thought that I kind of had to like categorize myself, but over time I've just learned that I really like whoever I like. That being said, it's mainly girls. I guess you would say I'm physically attracted to men, but I rarely am emotionally attracted. You know, there's been times in the past where I've dated boys and I'm obviously physically attracted to them, and I maybe thought that I was emotionally attracted, but I think now that I know what it truly feels like to be emotionally attracted to someone, I am in a relationship with a girl, I now like look back and I'm like, oh, I had no idea. And I do identify as bisexual right now, but that doesn't mean that that couldn't change. So that's that. Are you and Grayson going to do more videos together? And I've gotten this comment a lot. You guys really love Grayson and I love that. I love making videos with her, and we are going to be making more videos together. I'm very excited about it. However, this channel is not going to be specifically a relationship channel. I'm definitely getting questions like, we want to see more of you guys, which is like super sweet and I'm so flattered, and you will see more of us for sure. The point I'm trying to make is my relationship with Grayson, which by the way, if you don't know who Grayson is, that's my girlfriend. I have a girlfriend tag that I will link down below. Yeah, me and Grayson have been dating for 2 years now. We just celebrated our 2 years last week, which is super exciting. We've been together for a long time, and my relationship with her is always going to come first before YouTube. I feel like that's pretty understandable, and so we're gonna make videos together only if we want to. I'm never going to force her to make a video with me, so it's always going to be on our own terms, and whenever we feel like it. We're not going to feel pressured to make vlogs. As flattered as we are obviously going to for sure make content for you guys in the future, because she does like being in my YouTube videos. We like having our own stuff, and Grayson is working in the audio world. That's what she likes to do. She's all about music and audio and all that, and this is kind of what I'm leaning into, and so we really enjoy having like our separate things. But of course we're all about coming together at certain times, because Grayson's my life and I love sharing my life on here. So yeah, if that makes any sense. I feel like I'm rambling a lot. We're actually going to make a Q&A very soon once we're back together in Virginia Beach. She's working in Richmond right now, and I'm obviously home at my parents' house in Florida. So when we're back together, we are going to, I don't know, I just went British there. When we're back together, we are for sure going to do a Q&A. So if you guys actually have any questions for us, literally about anything, about our relationship, about being gay, our life, like literally anything, leave it in the comments below and we will answer your questions. When did I first know I was gay? I kind of answered this in my coming out story. I think I first knew, so it was always very confusing because I kind of always knew something was up, but it took me a really long time to understand that I could like both boys and girls. I was a little boy crazy in high school and a little bit after high school. I don't regret that part of my life. It taught me a lot. Yeah, once I kind of understood the concept of bisexuality, I like kind of knew that's what was going on, but I didn't fully embrace that part of myself until about, you know, going on 3 years ago when I came out. To answer the question, I don't really know if there was a specific time that I knew I was gay. That was the question, right? See, this is why I think I'm ADD. I don't really know if there was a specific time. It just was like over the years, it just kind of, all these feelings it just happened. And one day I just kind of was ready to share that part of myself. And I do remember that day though, the day that I was like, okay, I'm ready to come out. I remember being by the pool. If you know who Maggie Lindemann is, she's awesome. We love her. She was kind of my girl crush back then. And she is bisexual, and I think I watched a video or heard audio or something of her like opening up about her sexuality. I started crying when I heard that because I resonated with it so heavily. After hearing that, I just really wanted to just finally be who I was meant to be, I guess. Thoughts on bisexuality being a phase? I think it's very stupid. But that's just me. Here's the thing. I have heard people talk behind my back. People have said, oh, maybe this is just a phase for her, stuff like that. And I just think that is completely just wrong to assume about a person. Like, I just don't think you should ever assume anything about anyone. And also though, if it is a phase, why do you care? Does it affect you in any way? Sexuality is, to me, I feel like it's a spectrum, and I think your sexuality can evolve over time. I've been told that it's a phase, and it's certainly not a phase. So like, why do you care, you know? And I just don't understand some people, and I think it obviously just has to do with ignorance, which is not an excuse. I just think you should think before you speak, for sure. Next question is, have you ever questioned your sexuality after coming out? So yes, definitely. And by that, I mean, of course, I'm not over here like, do I actually think I'm straight? Like, no, I'm not questioning that at all. I do question sometimes, like, am I really bisexual or am I actually lesbian? Yeah, so it is a little bit confusing, but again, I think your sexuality can evolve over time. I also don't like put pressure on myself with that because again, I'm not really into labeling myself. Whatever happens, happens. And I'm also in a very serious, committed relationship. I don't regret coming out as bisexual because that's just what I identify with in this point in time. What's the most cringe comment you've gotten from someone about your sexuality? Oh my god, I like can't just name one, so I'm gonna name a few. Of course, there's always who's the man in the relationship, and then there's also like, well, who's gonna wear the dress at your wedding? Super fun. If I wanted to date a boy, I would be dating a boy. There is no man in the relationship. I do understand, I think, where people are coming from. In a lot of relationships, there's a more dominant person, and I get that. With Grayson and I'm obviously not going to speak for her, but we've also talked about this, so I kind of am going to speak for her. That dominant like role switches. I can be more dominant at times in certain situations, and she can be more dominant at times in certain situations. It just flows that way, and that's what I love about being in a relationship with a woman. So yeah, also in regard to the whole like dress situation, stupidest thing ever. She can wear whatever the hell she wants. Like, why does it matter? Also, actually a very cringe comment that I got this past weekend. I was out with my 2 friends and we were at a bar, literally just having a girls' night. We were in downtown Orlando, and cringiest thing, this dude was clearly hitting on us, and I from the jump said, hey, just so you know, like, I'm in a relationship with a girl, so like, don't bother. And this man said to me, it's very uncommon to meet an attractive lesbian. What? That was just the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life, and it was just very clear that he didn't know what the hell he was talking about. Who was the first person I came out to, and how was the experience? The first person I ever came out to was my sister, Ashley, I'm pretty sure. And I think I did that, well, I did it through text because I was very nervous, obviously, and it was like a good warm-up. I knew she was going to accept me, like, from the jump though, because my sister's she's just always been very with it. She's just accepting in that way. So, but I also was of course scared. It was the first person that I was going to come out to. She just responded back with like, yeah, I know, Abby, I love you so much. You know, just being very accepting. And I just remember being like, wait, she knew? And to this day, she's like the only person that says, oh, I knew that about you. Everyone else was, I guess, completely caught off guard. The experience was amazing, and every person that I came out to, it was very accepting and like loving. I'm just very, very grateful for that, because I know not everyone has the same stories. Have you been with other girls romantically before Grayson? Grayson is my first serious relationship. She's the first person that I have ever loved. However, I dated a lot. I dated a lot of guys, and then I guess I dated some girls as well, and I've been intimate with both. Thoughts on people coming out as bi for clout? I don't really care. Yes, it's easy to spot a fake person for sure. On TikTok, you see a lot of people doing this. It also just comes down to like assuming things again. There's always going to be people doing shit for clout. There's people doing stuff all the time to get attention and to come across as cool. I just don't care because it doesn't affect me in any way. Even if people are coming out as bisexual for clout, it is still drawing attention to the bisexual community, and therefore people are going to feel more comfortable to come out because it's just becoming a more normal thing. I hope that made sense. Okay, so the last question is dating a girl easier than dating a boy? And I actually added this one in because I hear this all the time. Like, oh, I wish I was gay so I wouldn't have to deal with men. Although yes, I prefer dating women, I wouldn't necessarily say it's easier. I guess it's like pros and cons for both. Women are much more in touch with our emotions. There's just a lot more emotions when you're dating a girl, and that can be kind of tricky to deal with. So I don't know, I guess it's just what you prefer, but I definitely wouldn't say that it's easier. So those were all the questions that I have for you guys. Again, if you have any more questions for me, please make sure that you leave them down below. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video.